Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video game collection video from your big boy buddy Gore. And I am here to do my PlayStation 4 collection. Now you're probably looking at this going, damn Gore, that's a chunky game selection. You're fat. Or it's fat. Maybe that's what you said. I might have misheard. This isn't everything. This is just all I could fit here. I mean, technically I could fit more. Obviously, this stack is higher than this one. There's a reason for that. I'll explain later. But yeah, no, I have over 250 PS4 games. That actually surprised me because I thought it would be in around the low 200 range. I was like, probably I'd be lucky if I get just a little bit over 200. Counted them, 200, and I may have miscounted. 258 games. That's how many I counted. I may have miscounted because I was 1, 2, 3, 4. Every one of those things where like your brain starts like turning off as you're counting. For me, I don't know if anybody else does it when they're counting something like that's in a large quantity. I just go to 50 and then I restart. So I go like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 48, 49, 50, and then I put this finger up, and I go, and I do another 50, so I put this up. So just in case I lose count, I'm like, what are these fingers for? Oh, 350. Oh, that's 150. Okay. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyway, so let's get to it. I used to do 100, but then my brain was just like, you're too stupid for this. Just do 50. Anyway, so before we get to a particular like section of games I want to do, let's do another section of games, but only partially that. I know that was confusing. I'm going to show you some of my more collector editions of games. It's not going to be everything, but it's going to be most of it. And then later on, when I clear this up, then I'll bring in some of the other collector's editions. It's really just to get these out of the way because they're big and they're kind of taking up room. So let's get straight to it. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's start off with these ones right here. These are games that I will also show you later, but because they're out of the collector's edition boxes. But I figure I'll show them now real quick. Persona 5, this is the original Persona 5 Take Your Heart edition, premium edition, excuse me. I got that when it first came out. I believe I did an unboxing for it, and I still have it. Look at that. Wow, everything's in there too. And it's a nice condition. So that's the original Persona 5. That's not the Royal edition, because that one also had its own collector's edition. And guess what? Your big boy got it here. Here it is. Here's Persona 5 Royal, the Phantom Thieves edition. There you go. And I believe I did an unboxing for that. I also did an unboxing for the PS5, Switch, and Series X version too of the Royal Edition that came out with the little treasure chest. Which I'm not even gonna lie, I got that for PS5 anyways. No, I got it for Switch, so that wouldn't be here anyway. But I'm not gonna lie, I got rid of that a little while ago because it was like not the best collector's edition and it was really big. And I'm like, I already got 2 versions of Persona 5. I think I'm good. Next is this Castlevania Requiem. Am I saying it right? Collector's edition for the PS4. Of course, this is the Symphony of Night and Rondo of Blood collector's edition that Limited Run did. And I am a Castlevania simp, so just funny because I haven't played a Castlevania game in a very long time, but I do love me some Castlevania, so had to buy that. So that's it for the big boxes. Now let's get to some of the smaller ones real quick. This I actually got in a bundle not too long ago. It was this and The Last of Us Part 1's collector edition. By the way, do you like the music in the background? I just put some music. I can't hear it. What's going on? Oh yeah, that sounds chill. You probably barely hear that. Let's crank it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Anywho, so this is this Last of Us Part 2 special edition. Now this came with a bundle. I got the Part 1's PS5 special edition. That's like crazy expensive now for and this for a good deal. It's like 150 or something like that. I got a really good deal on it. Maybe it was like 170. I think it was 170. Anyway, so this is still like a $50, $60 version, even if there is a remaster now. But yeah, I got that. Even if I'm not a huge fan of the story of that game, you know. It's in your collection. This is actually another limited run thing I forgot I had for the longest time, which is funny considering it's such a big box. But this is the Night Trap PS4 Collector's Edition thing, which I think only comes with like a couple of little things. But yeah, it comes with game, cassette tape, and Scat Patch. Scat Patch. That's the name of the police group that tries to help all the co-eds. Night Trap is a fun game. Shout outs. Anyway, I mean, maybe not a fun game, but it's funny. The game itself's not great. This is actually something really neato, I guess. This is the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night Kickstarter edition. If you pre-ordered or funded the Kickstarter for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, you got this and this right here, which is like a nice little box. Here's the game itself. This is technically just the game, but it has a slip cover, as you can see right here. Boom, right there. Ritual of the Night. There you go. It's still sealed. No point. They send you a code anyway. I bought this aftermarket anyway. I didn't fund the Kickstarter because I'm an asshole. But I'm at the point where I just don't fund Kickstarters. I say that, but I did fund the... I think it was an Indiegogo for Sea of Stars. That one I was a little bit more confident in, considering it was from the guys that did The Messenger, which I heard was a great game. Yeah, the last one I did was, besides for Sea of Thieves, is... or Sea of... Did I say Sea of Thieves? Sea of Stars, whatever. What was it? It was for a game... I think it was called After Reset or something like that. And it never really came out. Anyway, here's the original soundtrack in like a Blu-ray case, which I thought was kind of cool. It's not blue. It's just a little thing. And then this is like a bunch of like weird pins and stuff. And a poster and stuff. So I thought that was cool. I got that from Macari, actually. If you believe this, I don't know how much this goes for, but I got this for like... I want to say like $25 or something. Someone was just like, fuck this, I want it out. And I was like, I want it. That's cool. I really like that game. So anyway, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, that was a great game. I played it on Steam, and it was fucking hard. It's one of the hardest games I've played in a long time. Anyway, next, I got this from Gamefly actually recently. This is one of the more recent games in my PS4 collection. Anima Gate of Memories. Now, this is like a big special edition, obviously, for this game. I bought this on Gamefly. It just said it was Anima, $9 used copy of this game, and it came with all this extra stuff, which I wasn't expecting. I knew there was this version of the game, but I really was not expecting this. Yeah, I'll just show it real quick. Comes with like some cards, I think, right? Some tarot cards or something like that. Major Arcana. Here's a soundtrack, still sealed, because Gamefly, once they ship you something, it's going to be pretty much exactly the same as once they got it, you know what I mean? So it's going to be sealed. Because they take the game out, the disc, and put it in a sleeve, and then they put everything else back on the box, up on the shelf. And there's a good thing, and then there's this. Here's a little picture of the main character. I didn't hear this game was like amazing, but I always wanted to play it. It just seemed interesting to me. I don't know. There's something about this game that always caught my interest. And I think there's a sequel to. I could be wrong. I thought there was like another game in this series, if it even is a series. I think there is, though. Anyway, and the last thing before we get to just some of the other games is this. And this technically is 7 games, right? Or 8 games. It's 8 games. This is the Annapurna Ultimate PS4 Collection. As you can see, there's 4 games in there. Still sealed, because a lot of these I actually have digitally. I just bought this for a collector thing. And this is actually kind of hard to find now. There's another version of it. There's actually 2 versions of it. One for Switch, another one's for the PS4, but it's like a smaller case, and they're kind of like, they're not in individual cases. They're like in little sleeves, which I saw that. I was like, nah, boy, I need to get that OG. Look at this fat boy. Damn, man, that's chunky. I know about chunky. So, I had to get that. So, yeah, some great games in there. What Remains of Edith Finch, of course. Donut County is a lot of fun. Gorogoa, I haven't played yet. Outer Wilds, I haven't played. But Wotam is funny. Sayonara Wild Hearts is great. Kentucky Route Zero is great. I think I played half of these games, actually. Sayonara Wild Hearts, Kentucky Route Zero, Donut County, and Edith Finch. Wotam, to be fair, I didn't play, but I watched people play, and it was from the Katamari guy. I had to at least watch it, but I have Telling Lies digitally and Outer Wilds. I don't think I have Gorogoa or Wotam, honestly. Everything else I have somewhere else, or I played it somewhere else. Like Sayonara Wild Hearts I have on Switch. Outer Wilds I'm pretty sure I have on PS4 digital. Donut County I have on Switch. Edith Finch I have on I have it on Xbox. Anyway, so there you go. Got that. Had to get that. Of course, I got that a little while ago, to be fair. Anyway, and there is one on Switch, which I think sold out, and I was gonna get it because there was a couple new games there, but I was just like, it's pretty expensive, and I just didn't. All right, so that's all the collector's editions. I'm gonna pause real quick and get them out of my way so they're not always by my feet. All right, we back. I lied. We're just gonna do the rest of the like special editions and collector's editions now. I was looking at them on my shelf. I was like, let's just get it out of the way. So I also put my Steelbook collection here too. So we're gonna do that too, and then we'll just get to the regular PS4. I guess I should probably do this one. Yeah, probably, you can see this one's jutting out, but there's a reason for that. We're gonna do that one with everything else. Same thing with this one, I think, because we'll get to it. Don't worry, this isn't gonna be perfect. Anyway, so let's do more of these special like outer boxed and collector's edition style things. What's playing right now? Ooh, I can't tell. Sounds jazzy. Anyway, so let's get to it. First is the day one edition of Super Bullet Break. I just saw this, like it was like $15 or $20 or something like that at Best Buy, and I was like, I do like me some anime, and this does indeed have a nice little outer box, so gotta get it. And now I didn't know this. Get the girls, save the world. Collect over 160 cute and colorful bullets in this deck building strategy roguelike. Didn't know. I had no idea. I really bought this blind because a little weird. Anyway, so get this out of here. I'm gonna just put it right here. Anyway, next, this one is kind of cool. This is a game I really still need to play. I'll probably play this on Switch though. I'm not gonna lie. But this is kind of cool. This is the 36-page art book version of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. It's technically the same game. It just has an art book and a slipcover. But I thought that was cool, and keep it in the collection, even though I have it on Switch now. This, I also have on Xbox, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. Might even be in my top 5. That is Red Dead Redemption 2. This is the special edition, which comes with, I guess I can open this one because it's actually, you know, like, not sealed. It just comes with, like, I think, what's it called? Does it just come with the map outside of the box or something? It comes with, like, a, you know, little map. I think an extra map, maybe. Oh, this kind of fell out, but it comes with like DLC for special edition stuff, and it's a slipcover, and I like it. I like a good slipcover. I love a good slipcover that's technically not a slipcover, because I mean you slip in it, I guess, but it also has like this little top part that you fold back in. You know, does that make sense? So it is a slipcover, but it's not like a typical slipcover. Let me put that right like that. All right, next is a game I actually really wanted to play. At one point, I don't think I'll ever have a chance. And I say play, I think it's more of a visual novel. And that's Raging Loop. This is also the day one edition, just like that Bullet weird, possibly pervy, collect all the girls game. Which was again, a surprise. It was a roguelike deck building game. Yeah, it comes with like an art book. Here, I'll show whatever ones I can. It comes with an art book. That's kind of cool. And then, of course, it comes with the game. And I got this from GameStop, I think. And I don't know if that's complete, but it does have a little advertisement in there. I assume with a special thing like this, maybe there would have been a manual. I have no idea. So maybe not complete, but I got this from GameStop. Like, I ordered online, and I expected not even to get a case, but I got not only a case, but the outer thing and the art book and stuff. So that was kind of cool. Not that it goes for, like, anything, but whatever. These two I did not count in the overall numbers because, well, they're not really games. I mean, they are, but they're DLC special editions. I got these when they first came out. These were, I believe, GameStop exclusives. So you got The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is the Hearts of Stone expansion pack, kind of like collector's edition that comes with a bunch of Gwent cards. This one I actually opened up. The other one I did not. I'm sure you know what the other game's going to be if you're a Witcher nut. But here you go. I did open up. I didn't open the cards, but I did open it up. Yeah, it was cool. I got the DLC from it, so that was nice. Yeah, this is a really cool piece to the collection. I really like oddities, I guess you could say like that. And then this one is, of course, for Blood and Wine, which is a great game. And great DLC. And yeah, and this one's sealed, so I can't really show that one. But, oh, God. So that's really cool. Witcher 3 is a really good game. I don't know if you heard of it. If you haven't, you should play it. It's pretty good. Anyway, so let's do more of the. We'll just do the big box ones. I say collector's edition. Some of these aren't really collector's edition, even though I think this one is actually considered a collector's edition. This is a game I've always wanted to play, and I did play it for a couple hours on Switch. But I knew this was going to be something I love. They just announced a sequel to this game, so really want to play this before that comes out. And this is Ender Lilies, Quietest of the Nights, and this is the collector's edition from Limited Run. Here's Limited Run. You can see the logo right there. And this one actually goes for a little bit. I had to get this because I knew I would like this game. And yeah, like again, I own it on Switch, so really no point of having this because I can just play on Switch. But if you like a game, you know you're gonna love a game. The reviews are great. I like to have the game in some form, especially if it's like a cool collector's edition. Next is I actually forgot I had both of these. I'm a fucking pervert, bro. I'm a fucking pervert. All right, so you got this is a part of a bundle of games. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did buy the bundle because this game was included. There was other games I wanted too, but this one was like, ooh, cool. It was a good deal. I got it for a good deal. You know what? Don't shame me. Anyway, Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash. There you go. This is like a collector's edition thing. No shirt, no shoes, all service. Oh, how old are they? I don't know if I want this anymore. Anyway, so this is no shoe. This is the edition. That's the edition. It comes with a bunch of pervert shit. I don't even want to look at the art book. I'm sure this was used, so I'm sure some of those pages are stuck together. But is this sealed? Oh, okay. I thought it was sealed. I was about to say I don't remember. I opened it, made sure everything was in there. Oh, this one. This is even. Oh, this is whatever. This is the soundtrack, I assume. The soundtrack? Yeah. Oh wow, there's a lot of fucking songs. 47 songs, and then what? Damn. All right. Jesus. And then I don't even want to look at this. Oh, it's sticky. Oh shit. Hey, yo, what's up, girl? I can show that one. Come on. Come on. Some good ladies in here. Wait, actually, what? It's rated M, but what is it rated M for? Sexual themes, partial nudity. Oh, fuck this. What the fuck is this? I'm a grown man. I don't even know partial nudity. What the fuck? Partial nudity. What the fuck is this? This is a faith-based movie? Get the fuck out of here. This Jesus shit out of here. Alright. And then this one I ordered because it was Best Buy was selling this for like fucking like $15 at one point. I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Kandagawa Jet Girls? What the fuck is it called? Racing Hearts Edition. So there you go. This is sealed, so sadly I can't show you anything about it. But one day I'll get to playing them. You know me. I'm a fucking weirdo. Anyway, next is this one I just bought because I should one day get to these games. No point really, because they're on Game Pass, at least I believe they are. So I just had to get this. I have a feeling I will probably like this franchise. I just never could get into them. The one I got into the most as a kid was the GBA game, and this is the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package, which I don't know if that's true anymore because I don't think 3's in here. Oh no, it is. It says 3 with an asterisk. I don't know what that means, but why does it have an asterisk? 10 magical Kingdom Hearts experiences. So it has Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, that's a PSP game, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD, that's a 3DS game, Kingdom Hearts Back Cover, Kingdom Hearts Point 2 Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage. Wait, where's the... Oh, Chain of Memories right there. That's the GBA game. Anyway, that's the one I played. I didn't play the PS2 version. I played the GBA game. Because there is a PS2 version. Anyway. Alright, so that's cool. Anyway, next is the Quantic Dream Collection. Which, I do like Beyond Two Souls. Detroit... No, I'm sorry. I do like Detroit Become Human. I did not like Beyond Two Souls. And Heavy Rain, for the time, I really enjoyed. I really had a great time with that game. I can't believe it's been like 15 years since that game came out. I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about it. It's actually been over 15 years. I think it came out like early 2009. I don't even want to think about it. Anyway, so it's cool to have this in a collection. So now I have it. I've actually had it for a while, but let's pretend I didn't. Next is Ys Memories of Salsetta Timeless Adventurer Edition. This is sealed. Remember, I had this on Vita, and then they announced it for PS4, and I was like, well, I gotta get it on PS4, because I do want to play the Ys games one day. Next is this one I had to get, because I love this game, and also it's just a unique-looking special edition. This is, or a limited edition. This is TMNT Shredder's Revenge Limited Edition. This is a PEGI 12+. Look at that. Chinese English version. So, of course, your boy loves the Toidles, so I had to get that. Another series I'll play one day, hopefully. Yakuza, this is the remastered collection. Now, this is the big box version of the remastered collection, which comes with the PS3 case of Yakuza 5. I actually got this at a local game store that was selling this for the normal price of the remaster, but this version actually goes for, I think, way more. I don't know how much more now, but yeah, so I had to get it just to keep in a collection. Of course, all these games are on Game Pass, so if I play them, I'll probably play them on Xbox. But, well, I think all of them are, except the newest game. I think even some of the newer games are on there. I think, what was the one? The Like a Dragon Gaiden? That sounds right. And what was the Samurai one? Ishin? I think those are on Game Pass. I don't think the newest game is on Game Pass, though, which is fine. Anyway, so I'll just leave that there, actually. And the last one before we get to the Steelbooks is Undertale Collector's Edition. So there you go. Look at that. Look at that nice little background. I love that. Anyway, Undertale's an amazing game. Got this before I even played Undertale because I knew I would love it, and I did love it. I was right. Anyway, now let's get to the Steelbooks. First off, we got is The Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 1. Another series, by the way, I really want to get into. But this is the just the regular first game, I guess. Yeah, it says right there. And I got this at a GameStop, I want to say, for like, yeah, it says right there, trade hold. When did I get it? 1/20/2021, I guess, around then. And yeah, I got a great deal on this. I want to say it was like $12. I think the Steelbook one goes for like 50 or some shit. I'm going to keep that though, even though I have a feeling they'll probably re-release those on PS5 in the future, because they've been re-releasing a lot of their games, including 3 and 4. I'm assuming they'll do 1 and 2. I would only assume as one thing, just to have all the Trails games on one system. That'd be nice. Switch right now has like 6 of them, 6 or 7, maybe more. And right now PS5 has 3 and 4, like I said. And the newest game, shit, what is it called? And then I think some of the other ones are on PS4. So I'm assuming 1 and 2 would come to PS5 in the future. I would like to play these games. I've heard they're fucking excellent. So anyway, sorry for the cursing and belching. But I'll do what I want. Anyway, Uncharted 4 at Thief's End. Got the collector's edition of that right there. Or I did have the collector's edition. Actually, I got rid of it recently, but still have the Steelbook. The Last Guardian. That's a collector's edition I still have, and it's my little guy. I actually see him right there. My little Trico. So boom, there you go. That's a game that finally came out. It's been 8 years since that came out now. Yeah, we're old. Anyway, oh yeah, let me show these real quick because I already showed the collector's editions. Persona 1, nope, not Persona 1. Persona 5 OG, and then Persona 5 Royal. Of course, the Steelbooks, and they both have very similar looks, and they also look really good next to each other, even though one's like fully red, and, you know, whatever. But it looks good. Actually, it's weird that this side is fully red. Whatever, fuck it, who cares? Valkyria Chronicles Remastered Steelbook. Dragon's Crown Pro, is that called? Yeah, Pro. Which, by the way, Dragon's Crown, great game. Go play it. And then these two are Steelbooks with no games in them. So I'm just going to tell you right here. So I didn't count these in there. And that is Ghost of Tsushima. I have it on PS5, don't have it on PS4 anymore. And then The Last of Us, which this is the PS3 Steelbook. So me showing this doesn't make any sense, but I wanted to show it. That's the only reason why I shared it. Just wanted to show it. There you go. I got this not too long ago. Actually, I had it before, and then I got rid of it because I wasn't Steelbook collecting, and then I was Steelbook kind of collecting like a little bit, not too much. And then I saw this was on, like, someone was selling it for super cheap. I was like, oh, let me get that. No, let me get that. And there you go. That's all the Steelbooks and all that. So I'm going to cut again, and then we're going to do this, and then a couple other stacks. So we're going to get through this pretty quickly for the most part, hopefully. All right, so let's get to it, baby. Now, I'm sure y'all wondering, why are these two stacks shorter than these two stacks? The reason why is because these right here, these two right here, are my PSVR 1 games. So that's why I didn't want to mix them. So let's get to it. Actually, I didn't really count the PSVR games. Let's do it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. You know, I'm just going to say 60. Because they look about the same. Maybe 61. You get it. You get how counting works. That's pretty good. It's a lot of PSVR, okay? And I don't even have a full collection, obviously. There's probably around over 100 PSVR games. At this point, I was at one point going to try to collect them all, because there's not too many that I'm missing from, like, US, but there's, like, officially distributed. Not that the other ones aren't official, just ones that were on store shelves. But there's a bunch of limited run games, and there's a few that are PEGI releases and stuff. So maybe not 100. I would have to do more research. At this point, like, I'm running out of room, and I'll probably never play the PSVR 1 anymore. The reason why I was collecting so hard is because I really thought PSVR 2 would have backwards compatibility with it, and it didn't. I should have assumed it wouldn't, but I was hoping, and it didn't, and that just completely stifled me wanting to collect for it. Oh god. Anyway, so let's get started. First is, I can't see, Trover Saves the Universe, which is a game I still need to play. So, nice. Hopefully they port that to PSVR too. Next is Batman VR, which is of course a launch title. Really good game for, you know, if you're just experiencing VR. I really liked it. It was only an hour long, but I really enjoyed it. Next is Apex Construct, which I've actually heard is a pretty good game. Why does it feel like it's not? Oh, okay. It's one of those GameStop ones where it's in the sleeve. I was about to say, it didn't feel like it was in there. Next is technically a game that only has a PSVR mode. It says nothing about PSVR anywhere, but it does have a VR mode, and it just hearing it immediately made me motion sick. This is of course Wipeout Omega Collection, which the Wipeout games are great, but they're just really fast games, so there's no way in hell you're surviving that. Loading Human Chapter 1. I did a full playthrough for this game. It was weird. We never had a Chapter 2. I thought it was interesting, though. I was like, you know what? I want a story-based game. I bought it day one. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a whirl. And I didn't hate it. It should not have cost $40. This should have been like a $10 game. You could beat it in like 3 hours, maybe 4. And it's really just walking around. There's some puzzles. You're on a ship. There's a girl. You know, you bang. That's hot. No, you don't actually. Yeah, it says develop complex relationships, which is bullshit. Because I remember the game just randomly out of nowhere. Oh, you love each other now. I'm like, we do? All right, no, I do like redheads. I don't know. I mean, the graphics were alright. I just remember being like a little perplexed how things were set up. It was just, I don't know. You watch my playthrough. Maybe I wasn't, but thinking back on it, I remember thinking things were a little like rushed. And which is funny considering it's chapter 1, so you gotta take your time because you know it's gonna end in a place where nothing's solved. It did end on like a pretty big cliffhanger. I think she was like in coma. She's comatose. I don't know why I remember this shit. Anyway, I think it's because it was Loading Human Chapter 1 and they never made a sequel. That's probably why it's interesting to me. Those always interest me when they go like, you know, they have a big cliffhanger, whether it be a movie, show, game, and then we never get a sequel. Anyway, next is Psychonauts Rhombus or Ruin? Is that good? Yeah, in the Rhombus or Ruin. I still need to play Psychonauts 2. I love the original game. Heard this wasn't great. It does come with the original Psychonauts, which I think the voucher is in here, but I'm sure it's expired or... I think I got this new. I vaguely remember getting this new. I don't know why it would be open though, because I never played it. It probably wasn't new. Anyway, whatever. The point is that it wasn't that great. Anyway, next, this is the one that was out of shape here. Technically, these are 2 games, so I guess maybe 62 games. And that is Persona 3 and Persona 5 dancing games. Dancing in Moonlight, Dancing in Starlight, which is really cool. I think this is something people should play probably after they're done with Persona 3 Reload, because I'm sure most people play Persona 5. But I think a lot of people probably didn't play Persona 3, so it'd be kind of cool going back to these 2 games after finishing Persona 5 and 3 Reload. Persona 5 Royal or regular, and then Reload. You know, you get what I'm saying. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is I haven't finished Persona 5 yet, and I haven't finished Persona 3 because I haven't even started Persona 3. Yes, I never finished Persona 5 regular or Royal, even though I have like 3 collector's editions for the fucking game. Because I love Persona 4 so much, I know I'll love Persona 5 Royal. It's just, you know, time and patience. And the want. Anyway, Bravo Team. This game is terrible. From what I've heard, I shouldn't say it like I know, but Zone of the Enders, the second runner. This is a kind of a cool game. Because it's like a remaster of Zone of the Enders 2, right? And it says mode included, so I guess you don't need to play this with, yeah. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. Because Zone of the Enders collection came with 1 and 2, right? So what the fuck? Is this like a new version? Experience the classic SPA in 4K VR will remaster graphics and enhance on the user. He's a Jehudi and confront the Baram. Yeah, it's the second one though, right? The second runner is the second one, yeah. And it says mode included, meaning it's not just a VR game. You can play it without the VR. It's compatible. All right. Anyway, my brain just, I looked at that and went, I forgot that existed, and I'm like, wait, what was that again? I don't know. Anyway, next is The Invisible Hours, which is a game that just seems extremely interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie, you can play. This is a VR game technically. At least it says right there. It doesn't say mode, but I think you can play without the headset now. I think they made a patch where you don't need to play with the headset. And from what I've seen, it looks cool in VR, but it seems like I'll be more interested in the story than anything, really. And I think I'm rather play that without the VR headset. Anyway, next, this is one of the games I actually played when it first came out, or when the PSVR first came out, and that is Eve Valkyrie. I don't even know if this game's active anymore. I'm assuming not. And it was kind of cool, though. I thought it was really cool. It was a little jarring, though. Like, just like some of the, like, you get into the game really quick, and it was just like, it was kind of confusing, but it was really cool looking. It was actually a very good VR experience. I didn't play it for very long, maybe like a couple hours, but it was really cool. Next is Skyrim VR, of course. Have to have that. Skyrim, you know, it's got to be good on VR. I've actually heard it's pretty good on VR. That, and I think Fallout 4, I think is good on VR. Is it Fallout 4, or am I thinking something else? I don't know. Anyway, next is Drive Club VR. Of course, I actually played this. Some of the worst graphics that were on the PSVR, day one at least. But it was fine from what I played. Farpoint, this game was a disappointment. I thought I'd really like this way more, especially with the gun. I bought the gun peripheral. Not great. We never got a sequel. Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition. This one, technically both versions have a PlayStation VR mode, but this one actually says it does, so I had to get that for the PSVR collection. Amazing game. Love it. Next is Home Sweet Home. Now, this game, I want to say I played this. Didn't I? Someone go look up on my channel. I'm pretty sure I played this. I did not play it in VR, but I'm pretty sure I played this and it was terrifying. Anyway, this is actually kind of a rarer game to get on the PSVR. So next, here's one of those Peggy games. We got Space Junkies, which I saw this like $8 on eBay, and I was like, let me get it. It's another PSVR game. So it's still sealed too. So I don't know if it's good or not, but I have it. It's mine. You can't take it away from me. Come and try. Come and try. I dare you. Don't actually try. Please don't. Leave me alone. Anyway. Next is After the Fall Frontrunner Edition, which is I believe a game that got a updated version or a sequel or something to PSVR 2, I think, recently. But yeah, I got this one. Next is the Angry Birds Movie 2 Under Pressure VR. Hell yeah, I'm sure that's a classic. Until Dawn Rush of Blood. Now, this game was a lot of fun. This is actually probably my favorite game that came out with the PSVR. I just had a really good time with this. It was scary. It was more jump scary, more instead of like psychological or anything. But it was really, really fun. And yeah, it was just like the perfect game to play like day one. You know, you get some scares. It's a good party game if you play with friends and stuff. You know, not a party game as in like you can actually play all together, but like have one person play and you go, everybody reacts and stuff, and then you give it to somebody else. You know, it's a really fun little game, and I thought it was great. So I'll just show all these at the same time. These are the PSVR demo discs, which I thought were kind of cool because they're all like different. So here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. They all have different demos on them. They all came out at different times. I don't know why this one doesn't have the PSVR logo. I guess because it came with the PSVR, so they didn't have the logo on the spines, but these ones do. Yeah, they just come with a bunch of different demos. Here you can kind of look. If you can see them, good for you. If you can't, then sorry. My webcam is not the best, but hopefully you can see those. Doesn't matter anyway. These were only a few bucks, so technically these shouldn't count, but I'll count them in the collection, so whatever. All right, yeah, that's probably too much now. Anyway, Werewolves Within. This is a game that actually surprisingly got a movie adaptation. The fuck was that? It's just Werewolf, the game Werewolf. You find out who the werewolf is in town, you elect a mayor or some shit. And yeah, it's just that social game, except they made a video game out of it, and then they made a video game to movie adaptation, and it's directed by the guy that did Scare Me, which is a really good movie. I still haven't yet to watch Werewolves Within. Technically, I think it's the highest rated video game adaptation for movie wise on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it has like 80-something%. Yeah. This one I was a little annoyed about because I ordered this on GameStop, I remember, I believe, online. I know it was GameStop. It has a GameStop sticker on it, but I believe it was on GameStop.com. I wouldn't have bought this otherwise. And it was a good deal, so I didn't return it, but it's the Peggy edition, which I don't like getting Peggy games if there's a version of that in, American ESRB, whatever. But it's for Robinson the Journey. I remember this game, while waiting, this is a weird story. While waiting for this PSVR to come out, I remember having a conversation with an older gentleman. He looked like he was in his 50s, and I was just talking to him for a little while because we were waiting until midnight. And he kept talking about how this game looks incredible, and it wasn't coming out that day. I think it was coming out a few months later. But he kept talking about how amazing this game looked, how amazing this game looks. Whoever you are, I didn't catch your name. I don't remember if I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this game. So hope you liked it. Anyway, next is Sorrento VR. Oh, let me show it. This is a game I actually really wanted to get because it's like ninja shit, and it sounded really cool, and I've heard it's actually really good. And I believe this is on Oculus Quest also. I could be wrong. I think it is. So if I want to play it, I think I'll just play on Oculus Quest. But definitely get it for the collection. Doom VFR. This fucked me up. I was like done after like 40 minutes. I was like, I mean, it was ow. I hit my finger. It wasn't bad though. So it was just after 40 minutes, my brain was like, no, I'm toasted, bro. Let's just call it quits. Paranormal Activity: The Lost Soul. Supposedly there's a brand new Paranormal Activity game coming out. I think it just got announced recently. And this is actually surprisingly not a bad game from what I've heard. It's like kind of randomly generated. It's one of those like you're in a house and spooky shit happens. Got it for super cheap. It's still sealed. One of those games that is just for the collection. Next is Killing Floor Double Feature. This is the Killing Floor 2. VR not required. You don't need the VR for this, which is cool. And then Killing Floor Incursion, that's the VR game. So that was really cool to see this. I really like these double pack kind of games. Like this is like kind of out of the ordinary, So Killing Floor 2 is a fun game. Killing Floor 1 was a fun game. I played Killing Floor 2 also. I didn't play a lot of it. I heard that VR game's not great. Rest in peace to this studio. This is Blood and Truth. This studio just shut down, London studio. This game was awesome though. I didn't do a full playthrough for this for the channel, but there's a partial playthrough for this game on the channel, and I had a really good time. It was really fun when I played of it. Never finished it myself, but no one was watching playthrough, so I just stopped doing the playthrough, and then after that I just stopped playing the game. But it was great for my play. I played like 3 hours of it. I think it's like a 5-6 hour game, so I got about halfway through it. It was really good. The plot itself was simple, and the little things you were doing throughout the game was really fun. Like there was a bunch of different variety. I remember there was one part where you like DJ at a turntable and also shoot the guy. I don't know. It was just a fun game. It was fun. Yeah, rest in peace to the London studios. Anyway, next one is Dorcine, which of course is From Software. I remember when they announced this, people were like, wait, what? A new From Software game? And then it ended up being this VR game, which I've heard is weird and kind of interesting. So I had to pick that up. Next is Riggs. Of course, combat bullshit. What's it called? Mechanized Combat League. I think this is made by Gorilla, right? Yeah. And it's not great from what I've heard. Can't play it anymore, really. I think there's some single player stuff you can still play. But, yeah. Riggs. Remember Riggs? Over the Road Racing? No, it's Big Rigs. Battlezone. Remember the Atari game? It's back. Wait, this is based on an Atari game, right? Is it called Battlezone? Wait, did I just make some shit up? I don't know. Anyway, this is a game. Wait, is it not based on something? Oh, it's made by Rebellion? Oh shit. The guys that did the Sniper games. Sniper Elite, I believe. And Rogue Warrior, one of my favorite bad games of all time. Anyway, Battlezone, have that. Next is PlayStation VR Worlds. This is something I got with my PSVR at the time, back when it first came out. And this is a fun little game. Also, I think London Studios worked on the London Heist, right? I think that was them that worked on that. And then they did Blood and Truth, which was just like a better version of that. Not a bad little demo disc, sadly, that if you didn't get the awesome edition of the VR headset, you had to buy this separately for like $40, which was a terrible deal. But if you can get this for like $10, or obviously free, then it's really good. I really recommend it. It's a nice little short games. Like, you can finish all those games in like 2 hours. You know, the London Heist is like 25 minutes long. The other ones are like, there's like, I think Street Luge, right? Is that one of them? You're done with that in like, yeah, VR Luge. You're done with that after like 10 minutes because that'll make you sick. And then you have like the Ocean Descent, that's done after like 15 minutes. Scavenger's Oddities is like a little spaceship thing. You're done in like 15 minutes. Danger Ball is like just kind of like a hit the ball with your body kind of thing. So maybe even less than 2 hours. Anyway, next is Firewall Zero Hour. I believe a new one of this just came out recently, and I've heard good things about this game. Actually, no, I played this game. Never mind, I played this game. It's like kind of like a Rainbow Six. I remember playing it with the aim controller. I remember the aim controller being very weird with it though, because it felt like I was like, whenever I used the aim controller, I felt like I was using a pistol when the aim controller was actually shaped more like an assault rifle or something like that. So it was very strange. I remember like holding it in weird ways. I don't know, to get it to work. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but it was fun for what I played. It's like Rainbow Six kind of, maybe a little bit more arcadey than that, but it was cool. The Impatient still have yet to play this game. Obviously made by Supermassive, the guys that did Until Dawn and all these other games. But yeah, I heard it was okay. Astrobot. Port this to PS5, please, or at least make a new game. Come on. I mean, you get that VR, not VR, what the hell was it called? The game that came with the PS5 when it first came out. Astro's Playboy? I don't know what the fuck it's called. Anyway, I really want to play this game. I don't want to set up my I don't want to set up my PSVR 2 or 1. I honestly, looking at a lot of these games, I think I might get rid of some of these later. Like the demo disc, I think I'll get rid of. Anyway, next is Concrete Genie. This studio, I believe, also shut down not too long ago, which is a shame because I heard this game's great. So, and yeah, maybe in honor of them, I'll play this game before I die. So shout outs. Anyway, next. Gungrave VR. Now, when I heard Gungrave was coming to VR, I was like, that's weird, but that could work. It did not work. I've heard it's fucking terrible, actually. But I had to get it because I love Gungrave. And shout outs. It has a nice holographic cover, though. Look at that. Ooh, shiny. What does it say? Loaded Coffin Special Edition, 2 games in 1. I guess it comes with the first 2 games. Episode 2, Gungrave VR. Fuck, I don't care. Anyway, next is, here's another game that's terrible from a franchise I love. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot. This came out along with, I believe, what was the last game called in the Wolfenstein trilogy, I guess you could say now, because I don't think they're ever fucking going to make an actual third game. The one with the 2 daughters. What a fuck. Let's go from like an extremely compelling character like fucking BJ Blazkowicz to his annoying fucking like Zoomer ass fucking daughters, which doesn't make any sense because it's still fucking like what is it supposed to be like maybe 60s 70s at that point, because it's supposed to be way past World War II. So I don't remember exactly when, because that fucking story didn't matter. Maybe it was not. Maybe it was like 10 years later. No, actually no, because they were born, and I don't know how old they were supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be teenagers, like late teens, maybe like 17, 18. So they weren't even born yet, so it has to be like 17, 18 years after the end of Wolfenstein 2, because she was still pregnant by the end of, yeah, so at least that long. So anyway, Cyberpilot has nothing to do with it. You play as a fucking mech, and I heard it's terrible. Anyway, Golem? No, I don't have Lord of the Rings Golem. Golem is a great game from what I've heard, so that's one. Oh no, I didn't come with the, it says it's supposed to come with exclusive content on the back, but GameStop didn't give it to me. Anyway, I've heard this is a really good game, so hell yeah. Fruit Ninja VR, baby! I love Fruit Ninja. One of my favorite phone games. And you know what? Fruit Ninja Connect, underrated. I really enjoyed Fruit Ninja Connect. Five Nights at Freddy's VR, Help Wanted, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. The second one just came out, and I have this one. And I'm too scared to play it because I'm a pussy. Alright, I'll show these two next. Technically, one of these isn't really a VR game. I mean, it is because it's a VR mode, but it doesn't have the VR like sticker on it or whatever. But you got No Man's Sky, and then you got No Man's Sky. This is the Beyond Edition. I think I might get rid of this one right now and just keep this one, because I don't need 2 of the same game. And I like the one that, well, first it says Beyond. Whoa. And then, of course, this one doesn't. So, yeah, so whatever. It's 2 of the same game. I'll count them differently because they're different versions. Next is Starblood Arena. I believe this is a game you cannot play anymore. I heard it was okay. Not great. It's Ubisoft, right? No, it's not. Who is it? Who cares? Anyway, Starblood Arena. I heard it wasn't great. Everybody's Golf VR. Now, Everybody's Golf is a series that needs to come back. It's pretty much what Hot Shots was. But that's the VR version. Iron Man VR. Remember when they were hyping the shit out of this game? I heard it was okay. Like, they even, like, they had a bundled PSVR with this game or whatever. Like, if you buy the PSVR, you get this game along with it. But not a great game from what I've heard, but not bad. I'd say it's fine. Oh, shit. What? Please don't rip. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. I'll show this first. Operation Warcade. I don't even know if this is supposed to be good or not. It's in one of those. But there you go. It's sticky. I don't want to attach to one of my sealed games. And then this one I've had sealed ever since it came out. I bought this and I was like, this will be cool. And then I realized, shit, I don't have any friends, so I can't play this. Star Trek Bridge Crew. I mean, this is a great idea. And from what I've heard, they kind of nailed it, but it's just, if you have no friends, then what are you going to do? Tetris Effect, of course, this is an amazing game. I played this. Didn't play it on VR, to be fair, but I did play it on Xbox when it came to Game Pass. And I played it with my OLED. I had my headphones on, vibing. So, next is The Persistence, which I've heard is actually a really good game. I have this also on Xbox. No, I have it on PS5. I might have it on Xbox also, but I have it on PS5 as well. I don't think there's a VR mode for the PS5 version, though. This says it's a PlayStation VR game, but I believe... I know for a fact the PS5 version, and obviously the Xbox version, is not a PSVR only game, or a VR only game. So I just realized the case is broken. I didn't even notice that. I might get rid of this. There's no point to keep it, because I have it on PS5, and I'll probably never play it on VR anyway. This one I'm definitely going to keep, because I have a feeling this is going to be hard to find in the future. This is Vader Immortal. Now, I played the first episode of this. I actually did a playthrough for it, and I was like, all right, that was really good. It wasn't amazing, but it was fun. I liked it, and I never played the other episodes. So, maybe in the future I'll play, not this version, but I do have the Oculus Quest version still. Next is Budget Cuts, which is, it looks like a really fun little game. It's kind of like a job simulator, kinda. Got this for like $9 on GameFly, so had to get that. Same thing with this, Rick and Morty Virtual Reality, which I never played, but I watched people play through it, and it was really funny. So, shout outs to this game. I say same because I'm pretty sure it was $9 also on GameFly. Next is A-Train Experience, or Express, not Experience. This is a simulation VR game. It was a limited run game too, and I wanted it, and I got it. It's mine. And I think it might be the only... Is it the only VR PS4 limited run game I have? Because I have a limited run games section coming up to this collection video, so maybe I should have added that into there, but whatever. No one cares. Next is Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I just got the special version of the second game for PS5, so I will be playing that. I've heard good things of the new game. I did play this one on Oculus. Obviously, it's not this version because the Oculus version is going to look way worse. But, yeah, I enjoyed the Oculus version. So, I heard the new version, which I think is like... I don't know if it's Saints and Sinners 2, but I think it's supposed to be like the next chapter or whatever. So, I guess it is kind of like a sequel or like an updated version or whatever. But I've heard good things about it. Walking Dead Onslaught. This is the one where you get to play as Rick and Daryl. I heard it's not bad. I heard it's a fun little game, so... Doom 3 VR. Remember, this was a GameStop exclusive. This came out of nowhere and became a GameStop exclusive. I was like, it's either going to be really rare or really not rare. Like, it's going to be no in between with this one, and it's really not rare. You can get these for like $3. And, but it was $20, so what the fuck? Doom 3 VR? Fuck yeah. And the last one is Dreams. Rest in peace to Dreams. I mean, you can still make and play things on it. Obviously, that Courage the Cowardly Dog, fan game that I checked out not too long ago. If anybody watches my actual shit, I covered that. So anyway, there you go. That's Dreams, and that is all my PSVR games. How long was that part? 25. Oh, this is gonna be a long ass video. I'm gonna try to get through everything else quick, but you know how that's gonna work out. Meaning it's not going to. So let me just move all this shit out of the way, and then we'll continue. All right, now let's get to the big chunk of games. It's going to take so long. I made these two piles a little smaller, and then I made another pile. And this isn't even all of them, because we also have the limited run games, which we'll save at the end. So let's try to get through this quick. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I talk too much. All right, maybe the first one will be one that's quick. Let's see. Okay, good. I never played this. I haven't. I played the original. Anyway, this is Onichambara Chaos Z2, whatever fuck. A porno game. You know your boy had to get that. I'm a little poi for it. Let me see. It does come with... Look at that freaking disc. Now that's how you know it's good. Anyway, so... That's a good disc. They knew what they were doing. Anyway, so... sir, why is your disc all sticky? And why is the hole in the middle... Oh. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Alright, what's next? Odin Spear, baby! Now, this is a game I really want to play. I ever since the PS2 days, this is the Luftdrescher. The Luftdrescher edition. I don't know. But yeah, it looks good. It's from, of course, Vanilla, right? It's Vanilla. It says Atlas, but I think it's from the guys that did Dragon's Crown. It is. I'm looking at it right fucking now. It 100% is. Anyway, so I've heard great things about that. So, there you go. Pure Pool! You want to play pool? Let's play pool. You don't want to play pool? How about Pure Chess? There you go. I nailed it. Anyway, I don't know if that's from the same series or there's just two people. No, it is. Play it. From the same people. Play it. Well, I guess if I must. I guess I should. Anyway, next is Death Smiles 1 and 2. These are their shoot 'em up games. I really like a bullet hell style shoot 'em up, and I've heard these are really good, so I had to get that. This was a I think it was like $15 on like Woot, which is like an Amazon website, so I had to get that. One of my favorite games of all time, Nier Automata Day 1 Edition. I also have a sealed copy of this. I didn't include it, but I have 2 copies of this game. So fantastic game, one of my favorites of all time. Same thing with the original. I guess I'll show both of these. I got Ni no Kuni 1 remastered, and then Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. Played Ni no Kuni 1, thought it was great. Never played the second one. And sadly, I think that's going to be it for the Ni no Kuni franchise. It's been like, what, 6-7 years since this game came out, so I don't think that's coming back. Next is Neptunia Virtual Stars. I actually just got this recently from a GameStop sale. I got a lot of anime games. To be fair, this one was like $5. That's why I really got it. And, oh, by the way, I had to swap the case, and I thought it would have been really funny if I swapped the case with a sports game. So now it just has the NBA logo on there. NBA, Neptunia Virtual Stars. I mean, hey, Virtual Stars almost sounds like an NBA like title for a game. So, Connect Tank, which looks like a fun little party game. So, I think it's a party game, isn't it? It's like a strategy game, party game, maybe? If it's Courier or something like that, man, fuck it. I think it is. I could have sworn I saw gameplay for that years ago, and I thought it looked really cool. Anyway, Cooking Mama Cookstar. I had to get this. It's actually kind of rare-ish on Switch right now, but not so much for PS4. And I do want to play this game one day. It just as like a fun, weird thing, because I'm sure you can finish it in like an hour. But yeah, so I got it on PS4. I do like Cooking Mama. I've heard that game's not great though. But next is what the fuck is it called? Kamiwaza Way of the Thief, which looks very much like a Tenchu game. It looks extremely dated, but it looks like it can be decent. I didn't hear it was great. I didn't hear it was terrible. It was like a 6 out of 10 kind of game. But all right, there you go. Next is Maglum Lord, another game I got from GameStop, which looks like it's a JRPG kind of thing with some virtual novel kind of stuff. Looks alright. It was $5. Next, World Quiz. I believe I said Word Quiz at one point when I showed this in the past, but it's World Quiz. Makes sense considering it's showing some of the world on the front. But yeah, this looks like it's probably garbage, and it's GS2 games, so you know it's going to be good. Next is Dodgeball Academia, which is a game that looks really cool. I love dodgeball as a sport, just in general. Love it. And this is a game that includes that sport in a fun way, because it's like a little, like, you're at an academia about dodgeball. Sounds good to me. There you go. What the hell is it called? I've had this one for so long. It does come with 2 discs. I thought it did. It comes with like a soundtrack and then the game. Area, maybe. I don't know. I think I vaguely remember this game being pretty good, which I know is ridiculous what I just said, but still. Did I cut my lip? Why is there like it's like a red spot on my lip? Whatever. Anyway, whatever. It's a freaking goddamn herpes coming back. Cut that part out. I don't have herpes. Let's see if I can remove the sticker. No? Okay. Well, it's called Cladoon Returns. This is Sengoku. I think it was like what part of that 4 for 20 deal or whatever. Alright, this game I was always interested in because it kind of like reminded me of like The Boy and His Blob, except this one is The Girl and the Robot. I heard not great things about it though. Oh, this is also another one. I think, is this from the same people? So Desco? I think it is. Yep, that did the Aria Collector's Edition. Okay, because I don't normally see this. I usually see if there's a 2-disc game, it has like one of those like flip back ones where it's like kind of, you know what I mean? But I never see one of these cases anymore. But anyway, this game I don't think was great, but I always wanted to play it. So next is Daymare 1998. Of course, the newest game came out, which was I think 94. So I think we went back in time a little bit. GS2 Games, of course. This is from I believe the creators of Hatred, right? I could have sworn it was Destructive Creations. That sounds right. Anybody remember Hatred? I hate this fucking world. Anyway, but the newest one just came out, which I've heard not the best things. Yep, they made Hatred. But these games aren't terrible. Like, at least they don't offend. So I guess that's a positive. Oh, they also made Ancestors Legacy. Oh, they made War Mongrels. I think I heard good things about that one. Right? I think I heard good things about that. Like a strategy game, right? Yeah, Ancestors Legacy. I could have sworn I heard good things about that one. Yeah, it got really good reviews. Yeah. All right, well, they made one good game at least. Anyway, I don't know if they even made the newest game, but they made this one. So next, I got a sealed copy of Last of Us Remastered. Of course, have to have that. It's sealed, but it's like kind of fucked up. Like the case is kind of open. You're not gonna be able to tell, but it's like, and also I think there's like a part of it that's ripped, but it's technically sealed, so it's nice. Secret of Mana. This is the remake, of course. I had to get that, even though it's not great. I've heard it's really not great, actually. I mean, Secret of Mana is a classic, and if you're gonna remake it, you can't fuck it up. And from what I've heard, they didn't like fuck it up in the sense that it's like the 13 remake where it's like unplayable, but it's not very good. This is the one Kingdom Hearts game that I don't think is included with that big box. I don't know. I'm looking over here. It's not over here anymore. But this is Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. I believe this came out after that big box, so that's probably why. But it's just like a kind of like, it's the Kingdom Hearts equivalent of what is it called, Theorhythm for Final Fantasy. So it's just a musical based game. You play as Ricky. I don't know what the fuck's her name. I only played the first Kingdom Hearts game and the GBA game, and I never finished the first Kingdom Hearts game. The GBA game, Chain of Memories, I believe I did because I really like card combat kind of games, and that pretty much had that. It's like a mix of card combat and whatever. Next is Little Big Planet 3. Sadly, we probably won't ever see a Little Big Planet 4, but you know, maybe another Sackboy game. I could see that. New Gundam Breaker. I think there's a new Gundam Breaker game coming out soon. So there you go. Days Gone. Sadly, we probably won't see a sequel to this because I did think the story was very good. I just thought the game itself got boring. I don't want to say quick because it wasn't quick. This game was way too long for its own good. This game should have been like 20-30 hours long. I got about 40 hours. I'm like, I got to be pretty close to the end of the story. And I looked, I was like, no, I was nowhere near because I was doing everything. And I got like so bored of it and stuff. And like the mob stuff was cool. It was really good and stuff. I mean, it ran like shit. I think it runs way better now, especially on PS5. But it was just a disappointing game. I was really excited for it too, and I was disappointed. Didn't hate it, but I didn't think it was great. The story was great though. I really liked all the characters. Void Terrarium 2. This I just got from GameStop. I actually kind of want to try this game out eventually one day. Like, actually, I think it looks kind of up my alley. Anyway, so I got that. I got this in the same bundle that I got that Senran Kagura game, and I didn't even know this was an anime until this. I saw this game. I was like, this is probably the best anime title of all time. I'm sure you could see it. Could you see it? You probably could tell what it is right there. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Now, okay, that's a funny title. This part gets me a little worried. This one, it has like a subtitle, Familia Myth. Doesn't familia just mean family? Family myth. So it says try to pick up girls in a dungeon, and then it says the family myth. What the fuck does that mean? And then it says infinite combate. It's a long ass title, bro. Anyway, so I've never seen this anime, never played this game, but I feel like I have to keep this game just because the title is so fucking stupid. I love it. Anyway, next, Da Hack GU Recode, or whatever the fuck it's called, Last Recode. It's just a bunch of the GU games, like, remastered, I believe. Yeah, it says right there. I should just fucking look. They were PS2 games. I like the Da Hack anime. I used to watch that as a kid, but anyway, this game, I still don't know how to pronounce this game. It's a bullet hell kind of game. I think it's Cyvararia Delta? I have no idea. Anyway, this game's kind of cool. I remember seeing this at GameStop. It was like 20 bucks, and I was like, you know, I'm going to take a risk on this, because I do like bullet hell games. And I've heard it's actually a really good game, so never played it yet. Next is Dissidia Final Fantasy. Of course, this is the Dissidia N, I think, or Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Yeah, NT. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool game. You know, I've played the demo. I liked what I played of it, and I like the PSP games. But yeah, this is, I think, the last time we'll ever see Dissidia. Even though it could really work if they really gave it their all. I feel like, because it's Team Ninja that made it. If they really put a lot of effort into this, I feel like this could be a series that is like up there with some of the best fighting games out there. Especially if they made it 2D. I know this is 3D. If they made it a 2D game and it's all like Final Fantasy characters, it's like a Smash Bros. Of Final Fantasy. Or not even just a straight up 2D 1v1 fighter, maybe 2v2 if you want to do, 3v3 if you want to go nuts. Because I think it just has a lot of potential, especially now with all these great characters in Final Fantasy getting like a second shot, you know, in Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and the remake. I think you could just pretty much make a fighting game based on all the characters from Final Fantasy 7. And of course you have 16 and you have Final Fantasy 14 and stuff. I don't know. I feel like they should give it another whirl. Next, Medieval, one of my favorite PS1 games. Got a remake, and I've heard it's pretty good. Still haven't played it. Here it is. There you go. Hopefully more PS1 games get remakes, because that's always fun. Knowledge is Power. It's one of those PlayLink games. I have a few of these. But Knowledge is Power, that's one of them. Next is Bladed Fury. This game looked really interesting. It looks like a 2D like action game. Yeah, I thought it had like a little extra something in there. Oh, as a download code. If you want to try, go for it. It's a digital soundtrack. Yeah, so next is a double pack. Skulls of the Shogun is actually a really cool game, but I never played Galaxy. Galaxy, I get you. Galaxy the Void. But Skulls of the Shogun was actually a really fun like Xbox Live Arcade game for the time. But anyway, they double pack those, and that is that for the first stack. Now let's I'm just gonna move this over. Hey, I'm gonna move you over real quick. Go over here, please. Now I'm gonna move this. You can see my big ass. Alright. Let's get to it. Next, Street Fighter V, the Champion Edition. That's you. Here's another play link. That's you. Right there. That's you, dumbass. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Next is SingStar Celebration, another PlayLink game. I think there's like only like 5 or 6 PlayLink games. I think I have most of them. The Nonary games, one of my favorite franchises of all time. The Zero Escape franchise. Play it, please. Play this, which comes with the first 2 games. And of course, play Zero Time Dilemma as well. Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward might be my favorite story in a video game ever. Love it to death. It's so good. The first game's amazing too. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Zero Time Dilemma, while a little disappointing, I did a full playthrough for it. A little disappointing with some of the story stuff. I still thought it was great. I really had a great time with it. And I was just glad we got that trilogy. Release these on Switch. Please. Give them, like, just with the, like, Danganronpa, give it. I swear if they released on Switch, more people would play it because they heard how great it is. It was cool that they released them on PS4 and Vita, but like you gotta release them. Release them on Switch. I think more people would play it, especially if you do like a really cool like Decadence edition where it has like some extra stuff or whatever. I say Decadence. That was the name of the Danganronpa trilogy version. Anyway, Knack baby, Game of the Year. Knack 2. Game of the Century. Metal Max Xeno Reborn. Is that? Oh no, it's Katakawa Games. This game, I kept hearing how underrated this game was from like smaller YouTubers. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a whirl. It's a cool little like almost like RPG style like game kind of like I want to say it's kind of like turn-based or whatever. But you're in a tank the entire time. And I thought it sounded really cool. And then I heard it wasn't that great after that. Like, I heard a lot of smaller YouTubers say it was really cool. And then, like, I don't know. After that, I felt like all I heard was negative stuff about that game. Anyway, next is Tandem: A Tale of Shadows. This game looked just right up my alley. Very Tim Burton-esque. Like, kind of like an adventure style game. Kind of like maybe like a Limbo or a Little Nightmares. Look really good. Still haven't played it. Just don't have time. Oh yeah. Fuck. Got Nitro Blasters. You know this game's good because it has a Z at the end of it. This is heavy. Oh yeah, that's right. It has a thick ass manual. Oh, I love that. Wait, what? Oh, they censored the shit out of. All right, look at the girl on the front. You notice like her right there, the main one. I know it's not zooming in, but you can kind of see. You know, she's slightly clothed. You know, she got clothes on, right? Yeah, I mean, you know. Look at this. They don't give a fuck. Look at that manual. Look at that disc. She's just rocking out pretty much. You know, more power to you, ladies out there. Just rock them out. I don't even care, as long as you're of age. Anyway, it comes with a manual though. That's sick. So I believe I got this from GameStop for like $5-10 or some shit. So I was like, whatever. I'm a pervert. I'll take that. All right, now this is actually kind of hard to find. Helldivers. This is the Suck My Ass edition. What is it called? Super Earth Ultimate Edition. This is a copy that came out when Helldivers 1 came out. You know, game not a ton of people played compared to Helldivers 2. And I bought this when it first came out, I believe, or at least close around the time when it came out. I played this game. I actually really liked what I played of it. I still need to play Helldivers 2. But anyway, it's kind of hard to find now. It's like a $60-$70 game. So, and I actually just got a copy of this from my local game store, and I resold it because I'm a dirty reseller. That's why I have almost 260 PS4 games and over 600 PS5 games and 600 Xbox original game, or not original Xbox One games, and like 200 original Xbox games and 300 PS2 games and 100 like Vita games and like 50 PSP games and like 70 3DS games and like 50 DS games and over 100 inbox GBA games and all these giant stacks of games. I'm a reseller, obviously. I definitely don't collect, which is weird that I got so many games here. You think I would, but I don't. I'm just reselling because I resell a couple times. Anyway, next is Untitled Goose Game, which is a fantastic game. Now this I actually played, so cool. This is this wasn't supposed to be here. This is a limited run game. I'll show you here. You get a little taste. This one, I don't know what was going on. Gamefly was selling this for like $10 used, and I was like, what? It's a limited run game. And it was what I wanted to get. And I just didn't get it. I don't know, like it was on sale. It was one of those open pre-order things that GameStop, Limited Run does all the time. And I just didn't. And it's like the gods are like, hey, bro, just don't do it. You'll get it for a good price later on. I'm like, all right. They were right. So I got Brigandine, The Legend of Runersia, which I've heard great things about the Brigandine games. Now, I believe I have this on Switch digitally, so no point of playing this one. But it came complete. Gamefly coming in with the deals, bro. Shout out to Gamefly. You know, I'm going to separate that actually, just so I could put one of my limited run games later here. I'll just have it lean up against that. Next, here's another pervert game. This is another game that was on sale from Gamefly for super cheap. That's why I was like comboed with that. Knights of Azure 2 Bride of the New Moon. This is like a $50-$60 game. They had it for like $18. I was like, gotta get it. So that was cool. And I guess that's complete. I'm assuming it is. There you go. I don't know much about it, but I have it. Oh, there's just some extra shit. Here, let me get rid of this. Boop. Next, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. This is a bigger box thing, so I probably should have showed this with the other things, especially the Yakuza collection, but I didn't. Consistency, I think not. Anyway, next is Legend of K Anniversary. This game is actually super underrated. I really like this game back on the PS2. It was like a budget title at the time, and them like re-releasing it was really cool. This is back when they were just called Nordic Games too. It wasn't THQ Nordic. Yeah, they just re-released a lot of games, and I appreciate THQ Nordic, or just Nordic Games at the time, for doing that. They would just re-release like Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, just pretty much any game that they had in the past that they needed to re-release games, you know? They needed to release some games and they didn't have any new games that they made yet, so they just had to like remaster older games and bring them back. And a lot of times the remasters were okay. Like the Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy one, I mean it was a fine, it was just a port really. It was like a little more up-res. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, very underrated. So is this game, Legend of King. Solid game. Next, Everybody's Golf. We talked about the VR one. Here's the regular version. Great game. God of War 3 remastered. How come we never got 1 and 2 remastered on PS4? We had it on PS3. Where was the PS4 version? Anyway, so there you go. Left Alive. I remember when they announced this game, everybody was like, yo, that game looks sick, bro. It's like I think it's supposed to be like front mission, but the artwork is from the Metal Gear Solid guy, as you can kind of tell. So people were like, yo, this is going to be sick. And it came out, it was like one of the worst games that year. And what are you going to do? The King of Fighters 14, I actually just got this from Gamefly, and I believe this was like super cheap. It was like $7. I was hoping it would come with the Steelbook, because there's a Steelbook version of this, but hey, I can't really... Beggars can't be choosers when you get good deals. So, got that. Guilty Gear 3... What the fuck is it called? Guilty Gear Third Sign? 3X Erd Sign. Whatever it's called. Funny enough, I did play this game. I enjoyed it. Me and my friends also watched the entire story mode. It was just like it was like a visual novel. Did I say virtual novel before? I meant visual novel. I guess technically virtual novel is also correct because it's virtual, you know, because it's a whatever. Anyway, so Guilty Gear sign, third X sign, X to the power of third sign. Great game. There's another one, Revelator, I think, that's on the PS4, and of course Strive is great. But this game was really fun. I never played the Revelator, which I think is the sequel, technically. Or the updated version. Anyway, next, The Order 1886. Fuck that game. Next... That's going to piss some people off. This game had a cool concept. I remember being very excited for it. It's like 5 hours long. It's boring as all hell. It's so many cutscenes, which is fine, but there's nothing interesting about the game. The premise itself is interesting. So that's technically not true, but what they do with the premise is boring as all fuck. It's not a good game. There's a good reason why we never got a sequel. Sorry. Ready at Dawn, they're doing better things now, let's just say. Anyway. Actually, are they? Now I'm thinking about it. What is Ready at Dawn doing? Didn't they do, hold on, I'm gonna look right now. Yeah, Ready at Dawn. Didn't they make something recently? What the hell did they do? Let me see. Lone Echo 2. Is that good? Oh, let's see. They do VR stuff. 78 out of 100 on Metacritic. That's good. They did the fucking port of Okami. They did, of course, they got over PSP games. That's what I remember them most for. Anyway, so let's continue. All right, next is Persona 5 Strikers. Eventually, I'll play this. Risen, baby. Risen. Remember Risen? It's back. And this was a GameStop exclusive. Another example of a GameStop exclusive that either will be super cheap or expensive. Most of the time, they end up being super fucking cheap. But sometimes they do rise up in price. Like the Gravity... No, Gravity Rush Remaster was an Amazon exclusive. I think at one point, Katamari Damacy, the remake of the original, was a Switch game. Oh, it was a GameStop exclusive for the Switch. I think that was rare at one point. It's not anymore. Burp. There must be other ones that are GameStop exclusive that are rare. Anyway, this is not one of them. It's dirt cheap. Next is Outcast Second Contact. Of course, this is the original game just remade, and now there's the second one, which I keep hearing is pretty much just the original again, just remade. I'm not hearing great things about the sequel, but I do still want to give it a whirl. So, Wargroove, I believe there's a new version of this coming out that comes with the second game, so I might actually get rid of this in the future. But I always really wanted to play this because I'm a huge Advance Wars and Fire Emblem fan. So, Helmut, that sounds sick. It's GS2 Games, but I mean it looks really cool. They don't make these games; they just publish them. But they have a record of publishing dog shit. So dog shit because you're playing as a Helmut. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. Of course, this is the second of the Lara Croft and somebody else exploring a thing co-op thingy. This game is all right. It's a good game. It's not as good as and the Guardian of Light. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. I would highly recommend playing that game, especially with the Kane and Lynch DLC. It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing Kane and Lynch were in, and that it obviously is including their fucking games too. Anyway, Lara Croft. Uncharted, of course, Lost Legacy, great game. I really like this. I actually may prefer this over 4. I know that's gonna be blasphemy, but I kind of liked just how short it was. I don't know. Like, I think Uncharted 4 went on way too long at times, and also I had a lot of problems with some of the characterization of certain characters. Here, like, there's nothing great about it. The villain's kind of mediocre, but I thought the villain wasn't great in 4. I know everybody loved what's his name. I didn't think he was all that great in 4, honestly. But the villain's not great, but I do like the dynamic of Nadine and Chloe, and I don't really like Nadine that much in Uncharted 4, so it was cool to see her actually become a fucking actual character. And I don't know. I feel like the open world stuff is done a little bit better here because it's not as... Sometimes less is better. That's the best way to say. And this, you can finish this in like 6-7 hours. You know, even if you fuck around with the open world segment in there, you'll be like maybe 8 hours. And like Uncharted 4, I think it went close to like 20 when I played it. I was like, it's too long. It's just too long, I think. Anyway, Uncharted 4 is still a great game. I'm not fucking saying it's bad. But I think I probably prefer this, even though I'd probably give them both like a 9 out of 10. Like, Uncharted 4 would probably be close to an 8.5, where this would be like just steady 9, you know? I don't know. Like an 8.7 for Uncharted 4, and this is a 9. That's good. People are gonna not like me for saying that, but whatever. Metal Wolf Chaos XD. This is this is the Special Reserve version. Shoutouts to Special Reserve games. They're gone now, sadly, or they're not gone. They're just not publishing games anymore. Yeah, Metal Wolf Chaos XD. They re-released this game. I thought that was awesome that they did. Devolver, of course, had that badass reveal where they're like, Metal Wolf Chaos is coming. I was like, yo. Not a great game, but it's a really funny legendary game. Just like Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, you know. Not a great game, but funny, that's for sure. Always collection. I've heard this is a really cool little collection of games. Woot had this for like $10, and I had to get it because I've heard they're really good games. So next is Wonder Boy Collection, another game series I do want to play in the future. I did play the newest game, not the newest game. No, that's the second newest game, whatever it was called. It looked really good. It played pretty well. I liked it. I never finished it, but I liked it. Anyway, Wonder Boy Collection. That's all the older games. Hot Shot Racing. This was kind of a fun little arcade racer game, kind of like where is it? Where are you? Horizon Chase Turbo. There was no reason I was looking at that. That was that has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, it's kind of similar to that game if you ever played it, or like an Outrun, I guess. And it was fun. I actually liked it. I played it for a couple hours. That was fun. I like those type of games. Bloodborne, 60 frame update, remaster, remake. Bloodborne 2. When is it happening? I don't know. I'm Yoda for no reason. Anyway, next is Shenmue 3. It's just crazy that this game exists. I still need to play it. I played the first 2. Still didn't play it. I never finished Shenmue 1, to be fair. I did finish Shenmue 2, I believe it did. But I never had a Dreamcast growing up, really. I had friends that had Dreamcast, so I played it that way. Never finished it myself, but luckily with Shenmue 2, if you remember, when it came out on Xbox in America, because I believe it was on Dreamcast in other places, right? I think it was it? I don't remember. Anyway, it came with a disc that was just a Shenmue 1 recap. It was called Shenmue the Movie, and it just had like all the cutscenes and stuff. I remember watching that to get the idea of the plot and whatever. And Shenmue 2 was really good. And Shenmue 3, I hear if you like Shenmue, you're going to like Shenmue 3. So that was all I needed here. Killzone Shadowfall. Hell yeah, bro. Woo! Launch game. Not a bad launch game. It looked great. It played fun enough. It wasn't great, but I would actually like to go back to that and see if it still looks good, or if it was just like my mind's eye telling me it looked good, you know, or telling me it looks good still. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get to this last stack here. I'll just put it right here. Next, Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. Had to get this because this is the only Danganronpa game I haven't played. This is more of like a shooter kind of thing too. That's one of the main reasons why I never played it. But yeah, it follows one character that we know of in Danganronpa and another one that was only mentioned in Danganronpa in the past. So it was kind of a cool idea here. The only time they ever did this, another episode, that's what it's called. Ultra Despair Girls, another episode, Danganronpa. Weird, because the Danganronpa franchise is pretty popular. I can't believe it's been 7 years since the last one. I mean, they've made other games that weren't Danganronpa, but they're other games. Like that detective game, I forgot what it's called, is from the same developers, and it has similar looking art style. But I don't know, weird. Next, Danganronpa 1.2, I mean, 1 and 2 Reload. I also have the trilogy, but it is I don't have it right here. There's a reason why. I don't want to talk about it because I made an oopsie with that. You go watch. I got it graded. Okay, I don't want to show it. Anyway, next, Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. This is is it all 3 games? Yeah, it is all 3 games. Well, technically it's Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma, I guess, and then Razor's Edge for Ninja Gaiden 3. So it's not the official versions when they first came out, but it's the better versions, especially with Ninja Gaiden 3. The original of that was like, I didn't think it was terrible, but it was like, eh. And then Razor's Edge made it way better. So, yeah, that's cool to have. Next is Red Dead Redemption. Had to get that. I was upset about it at first, but then they added 60 frames, and also I got it for a decent price. So I got it for like $30. So $30 and you add 60 frames. All right, now you got me. I was upset at first. Now I'm sold. Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack. I really want to play these games too. Well, this and what's the other games called? Oh wait, no. Wait, what? What was I thinking of? Oh no, I'm thinking of Blaster Master. Sorry. I do want to play these games. I was thinking there's like a Switch game trilogy I really wanted to play. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of this also, but I was thinking of Blaster Master trilogy on or Master. No, it's Blaster Master. Anyway, I do want to play those games. I have all those on Switch as well. So next is Atelier Sophie 2, which I also have. Let me see. Where are they? Are they further down? Are they right here? Here, I'll just pull them out now. I also have Atelier Ryza 1 and 2. I have 3 on PS5. These are games I do want to play one day. I have these on Switch also because I'm, as I've proven before, an anime simp. I don't know why I'm putting them all over here. I said I was going to put them there. Next is Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, of course, HD remaster. Eventually I would like to play this because this is a game ever since PS2 days has been like on my list of games to play, but I always like kind of went because I heard how difficult it is. I think this version makes it a little less difficult, so that'd be nice. Final Fantasy 14 Online. This is the complete edition. It's obviously not complete anymore, but I had to get this because at one point I really wanted to play this, and then I realized, oh, if I want to play this game, I'm going to have to not play anything else ever, or I'll never catch up. So, yeah. Final Fantasy 8 Remastered. This is a version. I actually got this on eBay for like, I want to say like 16, 17 bucks. And I was like, that's cool. I don't know if they ever made a 7, like PS4 version like this. I don't think so, because this is remastered. That one wasn't. But, yeah, I had to get that. So that's cool. Nice little oddity in the collection. Here's Neo, The World Ends With You. Of course, a game I would like to play in the future. Persona 4. This is the Ultimax, Ultra Suplex Hold. I got this from PlayAsia, so it's in Japanese, but once you put it in your system, I think it might still be in Japanese, but you can still play it. So if I ever want to just play that, I can. Next is the 25th Ward, the Silver Case. This is from Suda? Yeah, Suda 51. Delve into the Twisted World. Yeah, Suda 51's, yeah. So I always wanted to play this as well. I'm sure you're sensing I just don't play these fucking games. Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. Of course, this is based on the Berserk anime and manga. Rest in peace to the creator of Berserk, of course, who passed away. I think, was that last year or was that 2 years ago at this point? I think it was 2 years ago. It might have been last year. I'm not 100% sure. I never read the manga, to be fair. But I did watch the movies that came out. The trilogy of like 3D movies. I think there's some of it was 2D, some of it was 3D. And I kind of liked them. I know a lot of people didn't care for them. But I liked them. Anyway, this game I heard was... it was okay. It was made by the guys that do like all the Dynasty Warriors type games and stuff. So yeah, I've heard it's good, especially if you like Berserk. That it's even a little bit better than good, maybe. And also, that's like a hard to find game now. I mentioned it earlier, but I got Gravity Rush Remastered, and I also have Gravity Rush 2, which these games are actually getting harder to find, so get them while they're still, semi-cheap. Next, Horizon Chase Turbo. I mentioned that earlier, too. This is the special edition. Ooh, bought this from the, I think, PM Studios website. So, shout-outs to PM Studios. That's a great game, by the way. I played that on Switch. I'll just show all these as one because this is my Tales section. So we got Tales of Berseria, Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Zesty Boy Maria, what is this? Tales of Symphonia, which I actually love that game. And then Tales of Arise, which I have this on, I might have this on PS5 and Xbox as well. But I had to get it on PS4 just to complete the collection of Tales games that are on PS4. Yeah, I really like the Tales games that I've played in the past. Tales of Xillia. Oh, God. Tales of I need a fucking drink. Oh. And Tales of Symphonia, the original. I've always wanted to play Vesperia. I've heard that one's awesome. And this one is actually a pretty good like definitive edition because it comes with all the DLC that I don't think we ever got. And I played like a good 20 hours of Tales of Arise, and I really enjoyed it. I need to go back to it. But I've heard this one's good. I heard Zestaria's alright. I think I want to say I started Zestaria, and it had a cool premise. Like, you were like in a world where like people were like invisible or some shit like that. I vaguely remember that, and I was like, this is kind of interesting. Or maybe you were invisible to people. I don't remember. There's like an invisible aspect to the beginning of that game. And I was like, this is kind of interesting. I just never continued. But anyway, boom, got those. Real quick. Next is Infamous Second Son, which sadly the last Infamous game, and it's the weakest of the three. It's all right. It's just not great. It's just I didn't love the characters, and just Cole McGrath is a much better character. All the side characters are much better in the other games. I will say I really like Fletch. No, that's the Chevy Chase character. Is it Fetch? The Laura Bailey character. To the point where they actually made a whole new DLC with her. And I believe they actually got a physical copy, so I should get that. I never played it. I think it was called First Light. Yeah, just Delson Rowe was a kind of a weak character to me. His brother was a little bit more interesting. I don't know. And a kind of sad ending, I remember that. I didn't love it, though. This is probably the most known, I would say, of the PlayLink games, and that's Hidden Agenda. This is from the guys that did, of course, the Supermassive, right? Yeah, that's the Until Dawn guys. Next is Digimon World Nexus. Is that what it's called? Next Order. I don't know why I was thinking Nexus. Anyway, so I remember getting that. It was like on sale at GameStop or whatever. I've had this game since it came out. I don't know why I bought it. I think it was like $20. This is Arcania: The Complete Tale, which includes Arcania and the Fall of whoever the fuck. Isn't this like a part of the Gothic series? I think it is. Nordic Games. There you go. That's probably why this even exists. Is it a part of the Gothic series in some form? Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But anyway, whatever. Next is Warborn, which is a kind of a weird little game. It looks almost like another. It looks kind of Advance Wars, kind of like. I would say look it up. It looks kind of interesting. I don't know if it was good or not, but Monkey King Hero is back. Play this before Wukong comes out. Black Myth Wukong, and compare them. Anyway, The Wild at Heart, got that at GameStop recently. I've heard this is actually a pretty good game. So, of course, you have to have the Uncharted collection. Gotta have that. Great games. Republic. This is actually one of the few times I at least I remember there being a game that was on exclusively on phones that actually made the transition to consoles. So, and this has, I want to say David Hayter's in this. It doesn't say. Maybe Mark Hamill's in this too. I know it has like a big cast. I want to say David Hayter's in it. I think Mark Hamill might be in it too. I'm not sure. Everybody look. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. I hate that I have. This is the only PlayStation hits I have, I believe, and I hate that it's the one. Shadow of the Colossus Remake fantastic remake. I don't care what anybody says. I know some people say it lost its like visual style or whatever, but I think it's a great remake. I loved it. And the last one in these stacks is Arma Gallant Decks of Destiny. Ooh, little card game there. I like these like obscure little games like this, and like that Aria game earlier and whatever. I don't know, Helmut, you know, Warborn, like I don't know. Having those, just like I look at it and go, I kind of want to play that just because I don't even know what the fuck it is, you know. Anyway, there go. That's it. That is those stacks, and now we're gonna do the limited run games. This is gonna be a longer video than I was expecting. Way longer. God damn. All right, we're in the home stretch now. Just these two little piles, and then this little pile right here. So these are my limited run games right here. These two stacks, and this is it's my limited games, I guess, or like rarer games that aren't. I don't want to say rare because a couple of these aren't rare really, but they're games that are in the limited run like genre, I guess. I don't know. A couple of these are actually pretty rare, but let's start off with the first one. That is Retro City Rampage DX. This is from V-Blank themselves, the creators. They actually published this, and look at this. I got a pretty low number, 416 out of 3,000. Wow. I also got the Vita version of this, so that was cool. And then this game is super underrated. I would highly recommend checking this out. I'm trying to see who published this. Red Art Games. Shout out to Red Art Games. They published this. Evans Remains. I thought this was a really good little game. It has some of the best Pixar I've seen. The puzzles themselves aren't great, but you can actually skip them if you want. I didn't because I thought they were like, all right, brain teasery enough. And I like puzzle games, but you can skip them if you just want to get straight to the story. The story itself is interesting, and it has a wallop of an ending. It's a pretty depressing game, but you can be in like two. Look how good that looks. Can you even see that? Look how good. That's all pixel art. I know the quality's terrible, but just look up some gameplay. It looks so good. Anyway, it's very underrated, I think. The story itself will be polarizing, I'm sure, to some, because there's things that just don't really make sense here and there. But like I thought it was really good, and it was definitely worth my time. Still think about that game sometimes. Anyway, next is Antarctica 88. Now, if you don't know what this game is, it's probably for the best. I actually played this game all the way through. So I assure you, I am one of the few people that own a copy of this game physically that actually played through the entire game. I would even assume, this is just an assumption, obviously, that's what I assume, that I'm probably the only person that played this game all the way through before there was even a mention of a physical game. I remember when I saw this physical game actually became a thing, I was like, what? It's, of all games, that? And this is from Limited Rare Games, I want to say, is the Twitter channel. The Twitter that I follow, and they release things like this all the time. And this is actually a rarer version. There's one version that has like the goofy looking face monster. Just look up the cover art of this game, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this is actually one where it's like a further shot, and it's the chase version, which they use that for like, they use that name for like rare figures and stuff, like special versions of like Funko Pops and stuff. It's just a rarer version of the whatever. And this one actually I've seen go for over like $100, so that's nice. And it's a shitty game, but I kind of love how awful it is. Oh, there you go. That's the face. Never mind. That's the face. That's the cover art of the game. There you go. Anyway, and then the next one, this one is just interesting to me. Like, this game is just, I've heard it's terrible. I don't know what else to say. Joe's Diner. Shout out to Joe, wherever the fuck he is. I got your game, baby. I got your diner and your game. Yeah, this is a promotion copy right there, because it has like the barcode punched out, and I got this in like a bundle of a bunch of games that had the barcode punched out. That one goes for like 80, 90, I think, last time I checked. I don't know if it went up, but that's such a weird game. I love to have. I just love having weird games in my collection. I'll look, and like everybody else has like Infamous and all these fucking other shitty games, but nobody has Joe's Diner, the real fucking goatee. Real goatee material right here. Get the fuck out of here, Baldur's Gate. How about you suck my balls and my dick gate? Got it. Fucking destroyed. It's roasted. Larian, just closed down. Now you're fucked. Anyway, so there you go. That's some of the bullshit games. Anyway, so let's get... said all that. It's like bullshit, and these games suck. Anyway, so now let's get to the limited run games. But before we do that, let me take a sip. Oh, here we go. Home stretch. Let's go. I don't even know how long this video is. It's going to be like an hour and a half at least. It might already be an hour and a half. I'm pretty close, I think. Anyway, first is Rainbow Moon. This is the game I bought. A lot of these a lot of these games are ones that are like early limited run games. So this is number 16 for the PS4. Next is Curses and Chaos, which looks like a really cool little game. This is number 34. Look at that. Next is Narcosis, which is like a horror game. I think it's like space or it's underwater or something like that. Yeah, it's underwater. It looks like a space thing, but there's also a promotional copy. And yeah, it seems pretty interesting. So this game I actually really want to give a whirl because it just looks like it can either be really creepy and weird or just hilariously bad. This is what's it called? Simulacra. It's that name. It's like you're on a phone the entire time. I think there's like some live action bits to it, so it could be so bad it's good, or it could be actually pretty good. I think I heard decent things about it. That's why I picked it up. Anyway, Pang Adventures. This is a game I've been wanting to play ever since they announced it because I really like the Pang games. The gameplay of those are so much fun. Reminds me of there was an old Flash game that was pretty much like Pang Adventures, where you have to shoot the little thing up and hit the ball, and the ball will burst into two, and then hit that ball, and it'll burst into another two and stuff. You just can't get hit. That's pretty much the gameplay of Pang in general. But yeah. Anyway, next is Chasm, which is a game another one I've been really wanting to play. It's just never going to happen, but I've heard really good things about this one. So, Green Lava Studios Volume 1. This is Green Lava Studios is a developer that just makes those type of games that you buy just to get trophies. Like I think the Mayo game, I think, right? Yeah, My Name is Mayo. It's just like they're just non-games. They're just there to get trophies, and they made a physical version of those games. So there you go. You can get that for like $10. That's like one of the cheapest limited run games you can get. Next is Darkwood. I've heard amazing things about this. This game supposedly is fucking terrifying. So when I heard that, I was like, I guess I gotta get a copy. And there it is. There's my copy. Oh, here's probably the most valuable PlayLink game, and that is Planet of the Apes: Last Frontier. Yeah, Last Frontier. This one I just wanted to get because it's a Planet of the Apes game. I didn't hear very many good things about it, but it is Planet of the Apes, and it's a game based on Planet of the Apes, and Limited Run was selling it, and I bought it. There you go. The Dark Crystal Age of Age of Resistance Tactics. When they announced this game, I was like, whoa, this is weird. It was like a Nintendo Switch thing. Yeah, I heard it was okay. And I do like the Dark Crystal. I still have yet to watch the show, which I don't even know if I want to, because I have a feeling I'm going to really love it. And then I'm going to be like, well, that ain't happening anymore because it got canceled. But I really liked the original movie. I was a big fan of that. That and Labyrinth. I actually preferred Labyrinth growing up, but whatever. Anyway, that's just me, though. Alright, so I just took 4 out of the stack because these are all... It'll make sense when I show them. First is Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, which is a great game. Also very hard to get for a decent price. I actually got this for like $100, which is actually a good deal for this. This is a limited run game, of course. Of course, I also got Jak 2. This is actually one... By the way, one of the worst box arts. This box art is fucking terrible. It actually makes me angry every time I look at it. And it makes me really want to just open it and then reverse the cover art, because the other side of the cover art is just the regular Jak 2 case art. It's just it's not even like the case art itself. It's the fucking long ass like in desperate days heroes are chosen. And it's like look how long that fucking string of text. Why? Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? It's terrible. I hate it. And then of course Jak 3, which is a great game. And then you have Jak X Combat Racing, which fucking underrated. Such a fun game. I really like Jak X Combat Racing. And then that was the last Jak and Daxter game ever. We don't count the other one. What was it called again? Lost Frontier or some shit? Which is funny because that Planet of the Apes game is called Last Frontier, right? I think it was called The Lost Frontier, right? We don't count it. That doesn't count. I don't count. I don't count. I don't count it. Can you please re-release the Jak and Daxter games? All of them? Yeah, even the whatever the fuck the other one's called. I don't even care. Just release them all in a bundle. I'll buy them. I don't care. They're fucking great games. Jak 2 is fucking really hard, though. Anyway, next is Strafe, which is a game I was very excited about. I played it. I had a good time. It was disappointing still. I was really looking forward to it. It looked awesome. And this is back when we weren't getting a ton of what people call boomer shooters now. So it just looked really good. And it was a fun game. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't amazing. It didn't have a lot of lasting power. I played it like 3 hours a day came out, and then I played it maybe a couple more hours after that, and then I was just done. But at that point, I already pre-ordered this. This is actually special reserve games, so I kind of fucked up already. This isn't a limited run, so put that over there. Next is Yeast Origin. I believe it's pronounced Yeast. And this is, of course, not the first game that ever came out. It was a prequel, but it is chronologically the first game. And I believe I have this on Vita as well. So there you go. Limited run game, obviously. These are all limited run games now, unless I say so. Next Machina, which is a game that actually was gifted to me from this guy fucking right here. So shout outs. That's not even a lie. I think it was this game, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this. Anyway, so this is a game I really wanted to play when it first came out. At this point, I just gotta cut my losses with some of these games. Like, hey, I own it, that's cool, but I don't think I'll ever have the time. I have to play Dragon's Dogma 2 now. I have to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's about 400 other games coming out this year. Luckily, there's not too many games coming out in April. So besides Stellar Blade and I think Sandland, which is like at the end of the month, I have plenty of time to catch up. But yeah, I mean, a game like this, like, you could probably play for a few hours and have a good time. It's hard as fuck, though, I heard. Doom 64 had to get that because fucking love Doom. And Doom 64, I never really played a lot as a kid. I had an N64, but it wasn't my favorite system out there, and it just wasn't ported anywhere. So it was cool that they finally ported it, and I did play it. I didn't finish it, but it was really fun. So I had to get that, though. All right, we'll show both of these. Shout outs to Gamefly once again for selling these for super cheap. Got Turok. I meant to show the first fucking game. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, which is my favorite Turok game. And then Turok Original, of course. Great games. Played this. Even though I didn't play a lot of N64 games. Played this one on my N64 all the fucking time. What a great game. This one was good too. Don't get me wrong. Turok 1 is great. But Turok 2 fucking slaps. 3 is pretty good too. Turok Evolution we don't talk about. We don't talk about Turok Evolution. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, we had the 2008 Turok game, which was like not really Turok. I don't know. It wasn't terrible, I don't think, but whatever. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, we'll put it there. Next is Octodad Dadliest Catch. I was almost hoping we'd get another one of these games. I forgot what these developers make now. I think they make other things, but I kind of like Octodad. It's one of the original like meme games. Like where it's like, oh, it's hard to control, and that's what makes it funny. But it was actually legitimately funny and kind of charming. This game, especially because obviously the original game was just like a fun little stupid like game. This is actually expands it, and it's fun. It's a fun game. It's very charming. Next is Castlevania Requiem. I already showed the collector's edition, so here's the game with the disc. Project Warlock, which I've heard is a very fun little shooter game, and I think I got this from Gamefly for pretty cheap too. So again, if you want to get cheap limited run games, then go to Gamefly sometimes. And I want to say that was like $13 or some shit, so not bad. Next is I don't know how Mitsurugi Kamui Hakai. This is back when I was just pretty much buying every limited run game. I don't have a lot of them anymore. Like I had like the first like 30 or 40 of them. This is number 49, but I did miss some here and there. But I would buy pretty much every single one that I could, because again, these were limited at the time. They were actually limited run games. Like they would be gone once they were on sale. They would be gone in a few minutes. Yeah, I managed to get this one because anime, I guess. Power of Anime persuaded me. Next is Bit Trip Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. This is a very underrated series. These are fun games, whether they be the runner games or something else. Very fun games. Next is Rock Boshers Director's Cut DX, which looks pretty good. I never played it, but I got this for like super cheap. So next is Senko no Rondi 2, which I believe is a visual novel. Like yeah, it is a visual novel bullet hell shooter. Which sounds cool to me. Two of my favorite genres. Next is Claire Extended Cut. This is a horror game in the vein of like something like Lone Survivor, which I believe is coming up soon. And it looked cool. I never played it myself, but it looks pretty wacky. So And when I say wacky, I mean horrifying. The same thing. This game is Lily Limited Edition. This actually looked really cool at the time. I was like, wow, this looks like a good little adventure game. I've heard it's pretty solid. Never played it. I have my finger down there because if I don't, that should slide out. Yeah. Might be worth your time. Do more research. Of course, I gotta have a Star Wars game here. Star Wars Republic Commando. No point of having that, especially... wait. I think I fucked up. Oh my god. We gotta take a break. I'm so sorry. I fucked up. There was another stack of games. That reminded me because I have other Star Wars games. So we're gonna take a break from the Limited Run games and we're gonna show off this stack right here just real quick. We got Real Fishing. This is a good start. Real Fishing Road Trip Adventure. I bought this because it has like anime cutscenes and it's a fishing game. I thought it was really funny looking. I don't know if it's good or not. I have a feeling it's not. This is the only game I have in my collection without a case, which really sucks because it's a game I actually really want. And that is Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. I love Fist of the North Star. All right, this is what reminded me of it. I was like, wait, what? I have these games. This is the Star Wars Racer and Commando combo. And then you got the Star Wars Jedi Knight collection. Which, by the way, Aspyr did all 4 of these ports, and they were really good. But, of course, they fucked up Battlefront collection, and now everybody thinks Aspyr is the worst developer of all time. So, that's just what happens. You fuck up once, and people hate you forever. So, I mean, that sucks. They should really get their shit together. But, they did a good job in the past. I don't know what the fuck happened with Battlefront. Anyway, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, which is a really cool game. I still need to play more of it. Oh, here's another Playland game. Just deal with it. Just fucking deal with it. All right. Under Night In-Breath, which this one I actually might get rid of because I just bought a newer version of this on PS5. I hadn't time. This one I'm definitely keeping because I do want to play that in the future. And the Switch version is not unplayable, but it has a lot of problems. And Rocky and Pocky Reshrine, which is a game I actually really want to play. I've always wanted to play the Rocky and Pocky games. So I say games. I don't know if there was multiple games. I think there was multiple games. Anyway, I always wanted to play at least the original. And I think that's more of a... that might be a new game. It says Reshrine, but I could have sworn I heard it was actually a new game. Anyway, all right, now let's continue with Limited Run. So, next is Forgotten Anne, which is an adventure game with a really cool like Ghibli-style art style. And it looked really good, and I've heard it's pretty damn solid. So I actually do want to try that game out in the future. I do have it on Switch, so I'll play it on there. Bug Fables, this is another game. One day, it's very 1,000-Year Door, Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door, or just Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door. But now of course we have the 1,000-Year Door remake coming out, so I don't fucking know what to do. But this game I've heard is great, and it's very, very similar to that. So I've heard it's great though. Next is Astabreed, which is another bullet hell shooter, and yeah, I guess I'm a big fan. So that's an original 51, Limited Run 51. We got a little postcard for Rainbow Moon. Metal Slug Anthology. Love the Metal Slug games. Fucking terrible at them, but I love them. Grew up playing these games on like PS2 and arcades and stuff, but I'm terrible at them. They're fucking hard. Shadow Complex. What a fucking great game this is. When I saw they had Shadow Complex, it was number 17. I was there. I remember being there at I think it was 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, waiting for the fucking game to drop, and it instantly sold out, but I got my copy. Love that game. Shadowrun Remastered or Shadowrun in general, or not Shadowrun. Shadowrun I've heard is great too. Shadow Complex is fantastic. Breach and Clear Deadline. Now this game's not all that expensive on PS4, and it's really not expensive anywhere else, but the original Breach and Clear was the first game they ever released, Limited Run I'm talking about, period, ever. It was the first game, so it was cool that the sequel also got a Limited Run release. Not worth much. I do have the original on Vita, and it's really cool to have that as the first ever, whatever. Next is we got Shantae Risky's Revenge, and then we got Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So yeah, Pirate's Curse. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. These were really expensive at the time. These games were fucking $200 each. I think now they're way cheaper, but still cool to have. Here's some postcards for Saturday Morning RPG, and of course that means Saturday Morning RPG has to be next, which is, I believe, the second release. Yeah, this is back before they were actually numbering them, I think. No, this is number 1 for PS4. They just didn't have a number on the back of them. But right here on the spine, you can see it. Well, maybe you can't. It says number 1 for PlayStation 4. So this is the first PlayStation 4 one they did. So, which is cool. Next is Fury Definitive Edition, which I hear this game is fucking tough, but awesome. But, yeah. Broken Age, remember this game? Everybody was upset about it. I thought it was pretty cool. Well, here's a Lone Survivor. I will always tout this game as one of the best horror games, especially when it comes to 2D pixel art games, because there's actually a lot of 2D pixel art horror games. Lone Survivor is fantastic. Please play it. It's great. Next is this Oxenfree? Oxenfree, of course, we just had the sequel to this come out recently. I tried to play Oxenfree 1. Just not, I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. What was this? I just wanted to hear what the music was. Just couldn't get into it. But I heard Oxenfree 2 is good. It's, you know, took a long time for it to come, but, you know, it's out. And this box art's not the best because you can't really tell what it says. Like, you can kind of see it, but whatever. It's a little too dark. But, yeah. Next is Thomas Was Alone, which I've heard is a really good little game, but never played it myself. Crawl, which I heard is a really fun little multiplayer game where you're playing a little dungeon guy, and you're going through dungeons, and the people that are playing with get to be like creatures and stuff trying to stop you. The Swapper, which is actually a game I played digitally, I believe, on PS4 or Xbox, I don't remember. And it was cool. You just like kind of swap places and stuff. You have a swapping ability, so you can like kind of almost like, I want to say you can kind of almost like teleport almost. It was a cool idea. Dear Esther, one of the first of the kind of just walking simulator, you just walk around and the story gets told to you kind of games. Never played it myself actually, but I've heard it's good. It has a decent story. And the last game, Bastion. What a great way to end it. A fucking fantastic game. Bastion, baby. Creators of Hades and Transistor made this, of course. Bastion, Super Giant Games, right? Yeah, Super Giant Games. Hades is one of my favorite games, and that's a great way to end it. And there you go. That is my entire PS4 collection, I believe. If not, I will add an addendum here. But that's over 250 games. There you go. This is a long video, I know. Oh, man, when I get to that PS5 collection, that's going to be like a 3-hour video. I'm going to have to go through it quick. Like, there's going to be a time where I just go, this, you know, because I have a lot of games. Same thing with Xbox One. I'm going to have to go through it quick. Because this is already long, way longer than I was planning on making this video. And good gee willikers, goddamn, holy shit. Now I gotta put all this stuff away. Fuck. Anyway, there you go. That is it. Let me know what you have in your collection. If you have a collection video, share it with me. I like watching them. I've been watching them a lot recently. That's one of the main reasons why I actually did this, is because I was watching a bunch of random people's like collection videos. So let me know if you do any of this stuff. I would like to watch it, I'm sure, in the future. And that's it. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Till next time. Goodbye.